asking for required documents at the application intake stage. All right, so you have the option to request required documents right after somebody completes an application. So when somebody fills out a quick app or a full app and they hit the submit button, you have the option of requesting required documents from them at that moment. And so if you want to learn how to configure that, you can do that at the branch level. So let's go to users and contacts, then we'll go to the branch. We'll go to the branch list. And now we're going to go into our branch here. Let's say we want to go to this branch. I'm going to click on the branch name to open up the branch profile. And now we can go into the web form integration tab. Sorry, not the web form integration tab. Once you're here, you're going to go to the required docs tab. So in the required docs tab of the branch is where you're going to see the lists of all the required documents that you can choose to request when somebody fills out a quick app or a full app for that branch. So you already have to have your list of required documents completed in your settings, right? So this is something that you should do after you've already set up your required documents list in your settings. And by that, I mean by going to settings, platform settings, required docs. You should have already set this up completely. This should already be finished. You should already have all the required documents that you're going to be requesting on all your loan programs first. Once you do that, then you can go into the branch and you can go to the required documents tab for the branch. And this is now where you can tell the system, of all those documents that you have in your settings listed there, which ones do we want to display and request right after somebody fills out a QA, which is the quick app, or an FA, which is the full app, right? So these first two columns are what is going to be requested at that moment when somebody fills out a quick app or a full app. And these can be loan program specific as well. So maybe you don't want to collect documents for every single loan program application, maybe just certain loan program applications, right? So maybe like an example is maybe for a fix and flip, we do want to collect a detailed scope of work, right? So we can select the loan program up here and hit search. And we can say, all right, for fix and flip on a quick app, we want that detailed scope of work, right? And then maybe for a different type of loan, we can select a different type of document that we want to select at the quick app, right? Maybe if you're doing a commercial loan, maybe you want to collect a rent roll, right? Then you can be specific about that. And maybe only on those two loan programs, you're going to request one or two documents, but not on the other ones. So that's where you can choose which which documents you do want to collect documents for. And then you have the columns on the to the right of that will determine, of the documents that you have chosen to collect, whether you want to make those mandatory or not right after the quick app and right after the full app. So if we do talk about that document that we're collecting on the fix and flip, let's go back there. We'll select the fix and flip loan program. We'll hit search. So now we're looking at that detailed scope of work. And if we wanted that to be a mandatory item right after somebody fills out the quick app, we can check that box right there under the QA column for that same document. And now that's telling the system that not only will it be requested, not only will that document be requested from the borrower right after they fill out the quick app, but it will also be a mandatory item. Okay.